Hi, this is Spencer Colgan, and we're hanging a Grasscloth product in a bathroom, a very common wall covering to hang in bathrooms today. We're going to make this bathroom look beautiful. It's just a nice color blue right now, but we're going to spruce it up. Let me show you the product. Look at that nice product. Look at the work that goes into that. It's handmade. Okay. So the first consideration with Grasscloth is the first impression. That's important. People get married. Oftentimes their first impressions are wrong. But with Grasscloth, your first impression is right. So when you enter this bathroom, this is the wall you'll see. This is the wall that requires that you do what I'm about to tell you. This wall is not as important with regard to the issue I'm going to raise. And because this wall will consume an entire sheet, it's not important either. But this wall will take 3 separate pieces of wallpaper. Because with Grasscloth you will see the seams necessarily. It's like putting a little rug on the wall, right? You've all seen carpeting, if not in your home, then in large places, like shoe stores and stuff like that, commercial places, and you see the seam, right? If you look hard enough, even with a good install, you'll see the seam. With Grasscloth, the seams are visible for 2 reasons. One, like I said, it's a little carpet. And secondly, the panels are all separate creations. They're different shades, and you will necessarily see the seam. Because of that, what I'm now telling you is that you need symmetry. You can't have one seam here, another one here, and then a small piece here. So you get 25 inches here, 36 inches here, 6 inches there. No good. You want to have symmetry, meaning what's over here is over here. And so we measured the wall and came up with 88 inches. Half of the wall is 44 inches. And so I'm going to start my first sheet here, my second sheet here, which will leave me with the same amounts here and here. Let's get to it. Using the laser, I've given myself a plumb line. I'm taking the first sheet, I'm going to put the edge on the laser. With clean hands only, I will then gently push on the product into place. Trying to avoid using wet fingers or dirty fingers on the product. the backing is dampened with a spray bottle so that the paper on the backing can expand for a few minutes before I dry hang it. This is called a dry hang. I'm now going to take the wallpaper and gently push it behind this toilet. Now, for those of you who are watching my video, to learn how to hang wallpaper, rather than watching it just for the entertainment, you might have said, if you're dry hanging it, how did you get paste behind the toilet? And that would be a good question. Let me bring you up close. In other words, if I'm dry hanging this, that means there's no paste on the paper, right? So how did I get paste? How am I going to make it stick behind the bowl? Well, I put paste on this part of the paper behind the bowl because I couldn't get in there to get paste in there. So I got the wall covering in behind the bowl. Never cut your wallpaper because it's too hard to get it behind the bowl. If your water tank is attached to the wall, obviously you can't get it behind there. But there's always at least an inch. In this case, there's 1 3/4 inches. You will get it behind there, because if you don't, you're not a professional. Sorry. But you need to be professional when doing this. Mate, I love your videos. Don't you use shears? Yeah, I do. I do. And I would say, mate, didn't you ever forget to shave in the morning? Come on, give me a break. La heat, 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 heat. I love your videos. I like your sense of humor. I love it. I told my friend. Anyway, my question is, get to the point. A lot of people like to tell me, get to the point, get to the point. But when they ramble on about how they love my videos and then ask me a question and I say, get to the point, they don't like it. Get to the point. But why you gotta be nasty? Okay. Very nice. Did you like that? Sometimes I feel like Mr. Rogers on some of my videos. Oh, man. So recently, I lost weight. And I lost 20 pounds. And I'm not going to mention Nutrisystem by name until they start paying me to advertise for them. So when Nutrisystem tells me that they're going to pay me, I'll tell you the system that I use to lose the weight. Okay, fair enough. I do that to people who don't listen in the video. And they say, I love your videos, so how did you lose the weight? I usually say, when you were watching my video, did you have the sound on or did you have static? All right. There's something about working with your face right near a toilet bowl. Not too cool, you know? I'm not crazy about it, are you? You know when a baby is born, right? And you say to your spouse, boy, that's a face only a mother could love, right? Come on, do you do that, or am I the only person who thinks like that? You know, meaning the kid isn't that cute. Toilets are not places you want your head. Unless, you know, it's your own, right? We can all understand that, right? All right, as long as you can understand it. I mean, there are some kids, boy. You wonder, like, where did this kid come from? My goodness. I don't know. I mean, the poor kid, you know. Maybe when they get a little older, they'll get cute. You hope. But some kids, you know, they're just not that cute. Babe, this guy sounds like Christopher Walken, I'm telling you. Right? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Who does he sound like? I heard it. Please don't put the comment. Did anyone ever tell you you sound just like Christopher Walken? I'm very happy to tell you that until I heard that comment, I didn't know who Christopher Walken was until I Googled him and found out that he is from my birthplace, which is the city of New York. So we share that in common. What we don't share in common is, among other things, the personal assets. It's a little different. For me, he's got more assets than I have. Right? But I am still waiting for a manager to call me and offer me something to imitate the man. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. What do you think so far? Can I show you perfection? Look at this. Look at the perfection in this. Look at how beautiful this is laid out. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Don't you love it? Look at the cut around that wood. This is gratifying. Look at that. If you're a paper hanger, you are by nature a perfectionist. And if you're not, or you used to be and you're not anymore, you know what? It's time to quit. It's time to quit and stop doing this. Because if you don't have the desire to do perfection, You shouldn't be doing this. I love this. I love this work. Don't you? For this next piece, we're going to just cut the amount of wallpaper that's needed from here to here, plus 1/8 of an inch that will go onto this part of the wall. Okay, so in the center of your screen is my seam. Okay, and then there is my second seam right here. Okay. Okay, so I came around here, and the best thing for me to do was to leave a 1.5 inch space that I'll have to fill in. It's not ideal to do that, but with this layout, this is a 36-inch wide piece. I came over here and decided to end it. You see there's an overlap here. I'm going to do a double cut. That's where this piece ended. So if I started over here, I'm going to wind up not meeting underneath the window. It's tricky. With the different tensions placed on the window with the molding, you wind up not exactly meeting up the edges. So with this pattern, you can easily double cut. So let's do it. Okay, so we'll close that up so we know where the paper is underneath it. Okay, so using my stainless steel guide against the laser, I keep my blade straight and I cut alongside that with what? With a very sharp single edge blade. Okay? If I don't use a single edge blade, I'm going to make the seam unnecessarily noticeable. So let's take this away. Now remember, there's no paste on this part. I don't want it on the wall covering. So this is the piece that has the paste right here. Okay, now we're just going to create our seam. Oh, did you notice my brand? Sorry, that wasn't intentional, of course. La dee dee dee. Now, if you're one of those millions of people who would like one of these autographed by yours truly, leave me a note below. Now, let's take away the light to see how I did. I get really emotional when I do. I'm sorry. Let me try to stop. When I do something really well like this, I get emotional. I was never good at anything in my life until I became a paper hanger. One of the most beautiful products I've ever installed. Can you see the seams? Now that's not because I'm great. There are some products that won't allow you to see the seams. This is one of them. Now behind here is going a towel bar, so that's the mark for it, and there's another one over there. Here's another seam right here.